Swan. Hello, hello. Welcome to our big marathon. We are with Vikash from between India and UK with a beautiful subject. We are going to talk about robotic and the beautiful kids we have and a new way of teaching. Hello, Vikash.
Hi everyone.
Nice to see you. Thank you for your time. Would you
Thanks for
like to introduce yourself? And I see beautiful pictures. What do you do?
Yeah. So hi everyone. My name is Vikash, and we teach. We are into education, and we teach robotics to students in India, and we have also some students from outside India. But we started everything from India.
Make sure you have your microphone close to you.
So
Yeah,
yes.
good.
So we have a lot of students from India, definitely, but we have some students from outside India also. And basically, we teach robotics to students. So if you can see there, we do a lot of events, workshops in school, colleges, and the age when we start is, let's say, from the age of 6. So the
Wow,
idea,
6.
yes, so it's
Wonderful,
very less,
wonderful.
very less, and the amount of interaction and the amount of interest the kids are showing is far better, far more than what we see in bigger age students, and that's very interesting and challenging also. You can see the how the kids are making a lot of robotic stuff, and how much happy they are and enjoying the stuff. And
Yes. Oh,
you
it's
call it
beautiful.
8 6 8 8, they try to make something or the other, and with a lot of passion and interest. And it's outside our normal school curriculum activity, so they tend to enjoy this. They are always fascinated by robotics, and it gives a platform for them to understand how to connect certain components, so they can understand how to connect the dots. And indirectly it uh, you know uh, generates different curiosity, different mindset into the students, and they end up doing something better in some other stuff in education or in life. So we enjoy doing this, and we are planning to go, let's say, we are launching a portal also for international students. So we'll be teaching online, whether we will have offline courses where they can just register, or they can be one-to-one session with the trainers if the students are interested. And as of now, let's say we have centers around India, around 17, 18 centers in India itself.
17, 18, only in
Yes,
India.
yes.
Wow.
So if you see the map, you will see around this much centers we already have in India, and one center we have in Germany. And by next year, we are planning to start in UK and in Australia. And apart from this, if I talk about students, we have students from India, definitely. Then we have students from UK, from US, and from Australia right now. So we are going global right now. And the intention is to teach robotics or programming kids, more basically more towards the kids, how kids can be interested to learn all this and play around with new technologies. So that's the
Yeah,
objective. So that's
definitely.
it.
What is the youngest student you had?
We started one of the student, the youngest was 5.5 years old.
5.5.
Yeah. So there are parents who are interested to let their kids learn this. So sometimes they come at the age of 5 also, but we recommend them that let's come back after 1 year, because 6 is a good time to start.
It's a good time.
Yes. So that's what we do.
So please, the parents who are listening to us, your kid is 6 years old. Yes, he can do robotic and he loves it. He loves it. Look at these
Yes.
pictures. Look at these happy faces. They are so proud of themselves and it's so complete.
Yes. They keep making something else or the other.
I can see.
Yes.
What are the changes you see in the kids and in education? Do you see like a new generation coming up?
Yes, I can see the new generations are coming up, and it is because of the opportunities, a lot of opportunities they are getting in the current era. So earlier, let's say at our time, there were not so many opportunities given, and there was the technologies was not so good, and it was not in the hands of every individual. Right now, let's say because of mobile era, everyone is holding a mobile, and software technologies, camera system, everything is there in every home. And that's the reason everybody has this curiosity, that they want to learn this. And the more curiosity is coming from parents actually, because they never had that. And when they see this, they feel like, no, our kids should learn at a very younger age. So
Correct.
they really want to teach this. And usually the parents actually come most of the time and interact with us, fill up the inquiry form saying that let them do the schools, whatever the courses they have in school, but it will be great if they learn something more out of it, and then can decide in future what will be best for them. So that's the kind of feedback we are getting in this.
So everybody, please take notes of the website. It's Mecha, Tron Robotics with an S.com. Mecha, I will say with my French accent, Tron Robotics.com. Not Metatron, Mechatron. .com.
The word comes from mechanics. So it says mechatronic, so mechatron, and then robotics.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yes. So it's the main focus area is about robotics, but then we also teach some programming, let's say Python and stuff, which they can use for robotics also, but it's more towards for smaller kids to dive into programming so that they can start early. That's the objective.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
Do you want to unshare the screen so we can see each other? I have more questions for you, of course.
Yes. So I'll stop my screen sharing.
Or is there one more picture you want to show us first?
Yeah, that's fine. So it's okay. You can share your screen. Yeah.
Great, wonderful. Yeah, we were very curious because you have 6-year-old kids. It's online this year. What is your pedagogical secret? You don't force them. I'm sure it's fun. How do you engage with the children?
When smaller kids come to our classes on, let's say on weekends or weekdays, they are confused in the beginning. They want to touch up, they want to interact with the system, but they don't know what to do. And they are afraid also something might go wrong. So what we do is we try to interact with each and every students. And then we try to pass on some humor stuff so that they are interested. And we try to ask questions. And we try to ask questions like, what do you do in school, and how did the other friends reacted? We try to make the situation funny so that they take interest. But sometimes there are kids who they just come to the class, but they don't interact so much. So they'd always make fun of it and stuff. So we have to make sure that how to balance that part also, but always in a positive way. So that we try to engage them, we try to push them towards making something, and then we find that out of this they start making something or the other using the robotics kits. And when this experience gains, well, after 2 or 3 lectures or 4 classes, then they start coming out, oh teacher, look at this, I made something different. So we try to boost them, and the more we boost them, the more interest they find. That's interesting.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
What do you see in them, like compared to my age, I mean 20 years ago? What are the difference in their speed, in the way they learn things? I'm talking about small ones, let's say under 10 years old. What do you see in them? When they're not afraid, when they are okay and they are themselves.
Yes, yes. So I would say the amount of catching power has drastically increased.
What do you mean, catching power?
Yeah, the catching power, the fast they learn.
Oh, okay.
And because since birth, the amount of interaction they are ending up having with so many technology stuffs and environment, colors, we never had those much stuff at our time. So because they see so many different stuff, they roam around, they go out, they go places, they go to school, interact with so many students. And so what happens is the thought process and the creativity definitely changes a lot. So whenever they see something new, they just conclude, create a connection saying, oh, I have already done this, or I might have already seen this. Example, they might have, the laptop might be something new for them, but if someone gives them a mobile, they know what to do. If you give them an old camera, they might take time, but slowly, if you give them multiple different cameras, they will know how to connect it. Though all the cameras might be, working different in a similar fashion.
Wow.
So they catch very fast. So that's
they catch very fast.
Yes. So our objective is to, teach as different stuff as possible, so that they will be able to judge and take better decisions when they cross 16 and 18, that what is best for them.
Wow. I would like to be a small kid and be in your class and do. I have many ideas I want to do. It's amazing. I have one more question, or two more actually.
Yeah.
Did you see this TED saying, it's from Dr. Chazo, Anju Chazo, and she said in this TED conference, she said, every 19 seconds, 9 seconds, a kid or a young person commits suicide in India because of education. What would be your recommendation, what would be your idea of a new education? How would you set up a new beautiful education?
Right.
Because definitely we don't want this anymore.
Yeah. So if I talk about India, I'm sure it is in different parts of the country and different places. But if I take an example of India, so it's more like because of the way the country is developing and how people are coming from a very small, very low area to, the economy is going up. So what happens is there is a peer pressure of society, of families, of friends, that you have to do the best. And by default, you will find in India, somehow students are good in mathematics, science, and technology. You will find most of the people more prefer towards IT, software and stuff. So that happens because basically it used to happen because of the peer pressure also. There was only two different field of study, science or business, mathematics or electronics. So what happens because of this, when the school students are crossing from standard 9, 8 or to 10 or 12, the amount of peer pressure increases. And some of them, if they fail to achieve that much percentage of marks, they decide to, just give up life.
Yeah.
So I would say challenges are required in order to be best, but we should not decide to force them. You should, be with the kids. For example, I have my own daughter. So there are students, she is in standard 1 right now. So she is 5. So even if she gets less marks in spellings, I don't say that, why it is so, you are supposed to getting 10 out of 10. Somebody got out 10 out of 10. Why you didn't study that much? I don't force. So at a very small age, I just say, even if she gets 7 or 8, I said, you are doing best. And just try to make sure next time you learn something and try to don't make same mistake again. So that's the thing I try to teach her. So that is what I would say we are supposed to do for all the kids, be at the age of 5, 6 or later, that don't force them. Let them decide they want to do. They might be confused. That's what happens with us. Even I was confused at my age. But objective should be just guide them. So don't be a boss, rather be a guide. That's what I can say.
Beautiful, beautiful. One more question, more personal. Yes. You don't miss India? Do you miss India? Do you?
Yes, I do miss India a lot. So whenever I go nowadays.
Sorry, because I understand you are in UK.
Yeah, yes, okay. I'm in UK right now. So whenever I go back to India, I try to go twice a year, or let's say minimum once a year. So I try to meet every of my friends and family because I miss them, and I try to interact with my team members because I have a company in India. So most of my people are from there, my employees. So I make sure that I engage with them, talk to them. And then whenever there is a workshop running for Mechaton robotics with the kids, I take part in that and see how the kids are interacting and stuff. So it's given me immense pleasure when I do this. So definitely, I miss a lot.
What kind of values do you think India is teaching the world?
Values is more towards happiness,
Happiness.
because you will find a lot of complexity in India, a lot of chaos. Population is too much. There is always some problems or the other, but still you will find people are still happy. Even in whatever scenario situation they are happy. And that is what I always tell others, that the problems will always be there. You cannot run away from problems. As of now, if you see, we have a COVID problem, but we can't do anything. We have to stay at home. But now we need to look for opportunities. We have to see what we can do for the next year. So we always have to keep fighting in a positive spirit, and then we can do something better. That is what I learned from my parents, from my friends, and that is what I can, share with others.
Now let's say one more question. Thank you for your time, Vikash. Let's say you are the Minister of Education of India and then of England. We start with India. What kind of things you will change in education?
I would prefer to give them the opportunity to learn different type of stuff in the school itself. So as of now, if you talk about UK, definitely most of the things are happening. There are a lot of extracurricular activities. But from India perspective, I would prefer that sooner they get an opportunity to decide what they want to do, choose the path, better it is. So in India right now, let's say till the standard 8 or in standard 10, they just study all the courses. It's only class standard 11 and 12 they decide they want to do go for a science stream, something in technologies, IT, engineering, or in business. So only 2 streams are decided for 11, 12. And then in graduation, they decide what they want to do. So I would say the best would be sooner given the opportunity and prioritizing those courses which they are interested. They'll be able to be an expert in that beforehand, and then take better decision later on. Because the more experience we have in a specific course, the better is for us. So that is
they would like it, and so they will be so motivated.
Yes, and I think I just read we have already started in India planning to change the course structure, where I think from the class standard 5 itself, the student will be given the opportunity to select. So let's see if it gets implemented. But it was a good decision, I would say.
Correct. Yeah. And the last one. Yeah. You said you are the father of, you have a daughter?
Yes, yes.
How old is she?
She's 5.
Oh, 5.
Yes.
So what would you recommend to the father, to the dads?
It's for me now. That question is for me. So I have to interview myself. What I do with her is I always play around with her, try to give tricky questions, and try to be as humorous as possible. And she always says that, "Oh, Papa, you're always funny." So I always play around with that, just to make sure that don't be serious, just enjoy whatever you are doing. And in between, I just try to hide somewhere, and I start calling her name and asking, "Where am I?" So I play around with her. And wherever there is a school homework coming, that there is a school assignment or something at the age of standard 1, can you imagine? Assignment they have to do every 3 days. So I don't take that much pressure. So even if she gets 7 or 8, it's okay. So, but it's more about that she is able to interact with different stuff, because she's interested in painting. She does a lot of painting right at this age. So wow. I don't say, no, don't do it. So I don't stop her at that. So whatever you want to do, you do it. But apart from this, I try to make sure that she's doing other stuff also. And then I enjoy what I try to balance it. So because I think standard 1 is too less age to decide. So let her study different stuff. For example, if I talk about future technology, so it's like virtual reality stuffs are coming. So already schools have started including this, teaching students, younger students, with virtual reality, with some VR boxes on the eyes. So I am keen to give all this stuff to my daughter. so that she interacts a lot and she learns much better. So for my mobile phone, usually I don't give phone to watch YouTube videos and kids stuff for the long time, but still I give it to learn how to interact with the mobile, to the new technology. So we need to balance so that the kids are not so much into it, definitely, but at least don't take away it, because this is what the future is. We have to give it.
Correct.
So that's what I do.
Beautiful. And happiness and love.
Yes,
It
yes.
must be so fulfilled. Oh, I love it. So everybody remember the website of Vikash, mechatronrobotics.com.
Yes.
And we have so much to learn from you. We do keep in touch.
Yes, sure.
Please welcome to whatever we can do, link.
Yes.
Connect.
Just let me know if I can, help in and help to enhance this education, whatever, you have thought process in your mind. So I'll be happy to be part of it. Just let me know.
Beautiful. Please take care. We are in touch.
Thank you.
Thank you.